What up, you Welsh boy Lucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another WWE Talk. Talk about Raw and SmackDown. Um, I was at work, so I didn't do SmackDown yesterday, so I'm going to do it tonight and talk about Raw that happened last night. And there's a lot of interesting things that was going on in the world of wrestling. The two, well, there's three major things. Well, four major things going on in WWE. Three of the major things is on Raw, and the one major thing is on SmackDown. But it feels like maybe now they're connecting with one another. They're going to blend in maybe with one another. Uh, the number well, one of the major things that's happened is CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. That thing's been heating up. Um, Drew McIntyre is now in the Money in the Bank match. He had a triple threat match with him, Sheamus, and Ilya Dragunov. Chef's kiss, so good. That was good stuff. We love all those. Um, the Judgment Day storyline, also on Raw. Uh, the whole Liv wants to take everything away from Rhea thing for weeks and weeks. Everything's been going their way, and this week, it did not go their way. Little hiccup in their plan, so that's a thing. Uh, the Uncle Howdy stuff is a big thing going on Raw, and we learned some new information about that, which is that he he's like so Bo Dallas is officially confirmed that we already knew, but he's officially confirmed Uncle Howdy. Uh, he he has engulfed Uncle Howdy, and now he said that everybody wanted to forget about them. He said that he's there to take down the world leader, the leaders, the ones who are leading their people astray, and which leads me into the final biggest thing that's happened in WWE, which is actually on SmackDown, and that's the Bloodline. Um, he didn't specifically say Bloodline's name, but the way he inferred it, it felt like he was talking about Chad Gable, obviously. But also, he could have been talking about because he was talking about people who abandoned their families. So Chad Gable, he's been acting to the Alpha Academy. Probably Dominic Mysterio, maybe because he's been acting crazy to his family Ray. And then the Bloodline because Roman, top guy. Actually, not probably Roman, but mostly likely Solo. The whole Bloodline stuff that they're doing, the things that Solo did to Paul Heyman on SmackDown with the Bloodline, oof, sheesh, sheesh, pretty much murdered him. So yeah, he could be talking about them. He doesn't know. You don't know. So because the White Six, they didn't get drafted, so they can be anywhere if they really want to be. So that'd be interesting to see what happens with that. Excuse me. I just woke up. So we're gonna just slightly talk about SmackDown. Not a lot, except for that main thing that happened on SmackDown, and they're in the MSG, most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. Opened up hot. The Bloodline came out. It was Solo. It was Tamatanga who had my family uh, a MFJ shirt or MFT shirt, and it kind of looked like a MJF shirt, which was hilarious. Because I looked at it at first, I was like, "Oh snap, he's supporting the MJF shirt." And I was like, "Oh no, that's a my family tree shirt." Hilarious. But he comes out, and then Tangaloa, they come out, and then they're greeted by Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman was like, I love you, my wise man. I gotta ask, where's Jacob Fatu? Kind of just smiles and just walks, just walks away from him. So Paul Heyman's a whole mess, wearing all gray, looked like he hasn't slept. His eyes is beet red. It's crazy out here. And then Kayla tried to get an interview out of, or no, that didn't happen. And then so they leave. So they go out in the entrance. His music hits, and then before they can even do anything, Cody, KO, and Randy, they come out. They attack. They attack them. Whole brawl breaks loose. Uh, Security comes. I think Kevin Owens did a swanton off balance off the top of the thing because Kevin Owens likes to jump off stuff. So he did a swanton on Tangaloa. Uh, I think so. Security. One of the security guards, Randy Orton, told the one guy to look that way. He looked and turned back around. Got hit with an RKO. That was hilarious. One guy sold uh, his RKO because his rent due was due on the first, so he sold that Crossroads like crazy person. Um, Nick Aldis is not happy about it. Cody Rhodes is getting the title. He said, "Hey, we're in Madison Square Garden. We're in the most famous arena. I should be facing my. I should be challenging, having a challenger for my title. I should be wrestling tonight for a worthy challenger for my title." And Randy Orton was like, "Huh? You said title? I want title. I want 15 titles. I mean, I want to do that. Yeah. But instead, we're out here facing you clowns. I don't like it. Come on." Fight me, all that good stuff. And crowd was going crazy. And they was escorted out. So they left. They was, oh, that's BS. They get to do whatever they want. It was like, nah, you gotta go. And that's when Kayla came. It was like, hey, can I get a scoop around here? It's my last day. Can I get a scoop? They were like, no, get out of here. Bye. They will never see Kayla Braxton again. It was cool though. At the end of the show, they did let Kayla um, well, they did let Kayla live. Got her moment and stuff like that. Cody Rhodes came out later and let her moment, so that was good stuff. So that's how it started. Was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs from the beginning, um, and then a little later on after that, um, pretty much it was like Paul Heyman was like, "Hey, close one." Solo's not happy, but he was like, "You're supposed to be my wise man. Wise me up, my guy." Paul Heyman was like, "I got you, but I gotta know as the wise man. If you want me to be the wise man?" He was like, "I gotta know where's Jacob Fatu." Solo was like, well, "You're my wise man, so I listen to you. He's not here. And tonight, since it got ruined, we're gonna have another like a family tree thing. Like I'm gonna. I think he said he was going to uh, make a like officially because he was announced that he was gonna have a ceremony to bring somebody in the bloodline. I guess he assumed that was going to be Paul Heyman, and so that was that. There was some good matches that happened on the show. I'm not gonna get too into it because it wasn't super duper crazy, but Tiffany Stratton she advances. She beats Jade Cargill to be or well, she didn't beat Jade Cargill. She beat Candice LeRae. So it's a triple threat match: Jade Cargill, Candice LeRae, Tiffany Stratton, number one contender, or the winner goes into Money in Bank. What we thought happened. Uh, Shenanigans. Nia Jax comes out, uh, and then Bianca comes out, and then Candice LeRae she kind of takes advantage a little bit towards the end. Uh, Indy Hartwell comes out while Jay Cargill and Nia Jax is arguing. She pushes um, Jay Cargill into the ring post, so takes her out, and then Bianca chases Indy, And then Candice thought that she was going to have the advantage, but she's Candice LeRae. She's really good, but he doesn't win matches. Of course not. So Tiffany Stratton still wins, gets the win on her. Cost her the match. So, neither one of her or Bianca's not in the triple threat. Last week, Chelsea Green snuck one after Bianca did a KOD, took her out, and then she ended up pinning, I think, Mi Chin to get her spot in that. It was good stuff. It was nothing crazy, but it was a good match. Um, so that was fun stuff. Next up, another triple threat match. It was this time Santos Escobar, Logan Paul, and L.A. Knight. Yeah, triple threat match to see who was going to uh, get their shot at Money in the Bank. Um, there was since of course they were in Madison Square Garden. They had the dude from the Knicks, Brunson something. He was watching from ringside, and then Logan Paul comes out. He was like, "Hey, I'm Logan Paul. I'm the GOAT, bro." So that with one GOAT, I gotta do another GOAT, and then he brought in uh, Knight from the Pacers. I mean, I said L.A. Knight. Some dude from the Pacers, Halliburton. Yeah, from the Pacers. Crowd boos him heavily, by the way. And then him and the other Jalen Brunson. They have a little thing. The guy being the heel, he's like booing, he's like, he's nobody. Madison Square Garden, boo him and stuff like that. So that was kind of fun. The match was really good. Towards the end of the match, uh, Logan Paul tells Homeboy to get the brass knuckles. So he grabs the brass knuckles from, of course, his friend. He's about to, I'm about to hit you. And then Brunson comes in and was like, hey, you're not going to do all that bad stuff. He's like, hey, forget him. Give me the brass knuckles. I want to. So try to do that. Didn't work. Didn't backfire. LA Knight ends up pinning Logan Paul. 1, 2, 3. He wins to go on to Money in the Bank. And then they try to gang up on him, but Brunson gets a chair and I stare off. So that was fun. That was good stuff. It was interesting that Knight pinned Logan Paul, but I mean that would be able to get a reason for them to have a match at SummerSlam because LA Knight's not going to win Money in the Bank, but to have an over superstar there, like Knight, of course he'll get there and then Logan Paul can laugh at him and mock him for losing. You had your opportunity, you blew it, you lost, you're a loser, and then that's how they get the match at SummerSlam. That'll be a thing. That'll be great. Next, they did a RIP to Sika. Uh, so I wanted to say Sika. Sika, Roman Reigns' father, passed away, old age. Can't help that. Rest in peace to the GOAT, one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Small SWAT team. Great stuff. Next up, another triple threat match. Indy Hartwell versus Blair Davenport versus Naomi. Bailey was backstage. Her and Naomi was doing the thing. It was like, "Are you gonna win?" It was like, "Yeah, but I win. I gotta cash in on you." And Bailey was like, "Talk about that later." And then Blair comes like, look at you. You think you're cute. You're not gonna win. I'm the GOAT." So they had the match. Naomi does win. Indy, she doing the thing. Jade Cargill comes out, of course, because that's what happened just earlier. Cost her the match. Blair Davenport didn't get uh, was taken out by Indy and led to a distraction from Jade Cargill, and then Naomi got a butt buster. I think she did a heat seeker and then like a butt buster thing and pinned her for the win. So it'll be interesting to see because I think it's either her or Tiffany that's going to win. They're like the two front runners for the winning. I guess we're going to see what happens at SmackDown. This week we're gonna have to see what happens, but it'll be interesting to see. But yes, Naomi did win, who I thought was gonna win. Uh, so It's gonna be good. Also, Naomi's gear was like Xbox. So it was great. She looks great. And then finally, of course, the ceremony. Like I said, uh, Solo. Oh, I guess the acknowledgement was for him. It's a bloodline acknowledgement Solo ceremony, and of course they all come out and lied lied straight to Paul Heyman's face. And he comes out. He was like, "Let me introduce you to the newest member of Bloodline, Jacob Fatu." And then Solo's like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" He's like, "Oh my gosh!" So Jacob comes out. He's like, "Everybody here to acknowledge me, acknowledge me." And Paul's like, "Oh." And then he brings everybody in. He was like, "My right hand man, uh, uh, Tama Tonga, acknowledge me." And he speaks Tongan a little bit. He was like, "I acknowledge you." And he said, I forgot who he called Tongaloa, but he gave him a name. He's like, "Acknowledge me." Like, it's all love here. I acknowledge you. And then he said, "Jacob Fatu." He called Jacob Fatu his enforcer. That's his enforcer. His enforcer is Jacob Fatu. So Tomatonga is Jay Uso. I'm guessing Tongaloa is Jimmy Uso, but I forgot who it was. And Jacob Fatu is Solo Sokoa, but he's good, the good version of Solo Sokoa. He's what Solo Sokoa was supposed to be. And then Solo Sokoa was obviously Roman Reigns. And then again, Jacob Fatu speaking to Samoan, I'm assuming that he understands that because he's Samoan. He said, "I acknowledge you." He says, "Paul Heyman, wise man. After I just lied to you and said he wasn't here, and I said I took your advice, but I lied. Acknowledge me." And then they take out the Uber follow, the necklace thing, and then oh, that boy Paul Heyman is beside himself. He's like, "Where did you get that? How did you get that?" He puts it around his waist. He says, "Put it around my neck. Acknowledge me." And Paul Heyman was like, "Solo, I love you." And Solo's like, "I love you too, wise man." He says, "I acknowledge that you are not my tribal chief." Oh, I'm so and then he got someone with spiked right in the neck. I said, "Yeah, yeah." And then he got someone with spike. They took him out. Jacob Fatu goes on the top rope. Bam! Headbutt him. I was like, what? I was like, oh, they're whooping his ass. Oh, that's tough. I was like, okay, let's go, Jacob. Jimmy Uso's about to come out. Jimmy Uso didn't come out. They took him out. They dragged him out the ring. Took the announce table, did the triple bomb on the announce table. Jacob Fatu took the Ubafala, put it around his neck, and he said, "You are now the tribal chief." And that was how you ended the show. I said, "That's tough. That's tough." But that was SmackDown. SmackDown was good stuff. We liked those on SmackDown. Raw also was really, really good tonight. Again, we're gonna hit some key points. The Judgment Day stuff, the Drew McIntyre stuff, and the 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 Bloodline stuff, or the Uncle Howdy stuff. So show opens with like the crowd, uh, the crowd, is the backstage with the camera, the crowd's going crazy, and then the camera's going through the crowd, and when it goes through the crowd, Jay Uso is like right there. Crowd goes crazy. So I think Jay Uso might have got the biggest. Jay Uso or the Uncle Howdy stuff. They got like the two biggest. I think Jay Uso's like was big. Like as soon as they saw his face, crowd went crazy. Then his music hit. Crowd went crazy again. And then A1 mission just me. A1 this and I'll knock him down like this. Hey. Hey, and then the light dimmed still a little bit. The Firefly thing. He was talking about him pretty much going to win Money in the Bank. He said it doesn't matter who they think is going to win. Chad Gable, nah. LA Knight, nah. Santos Escobar, nope. Uh, he said he was going to, it was, Carmelo Hayes, nah. He said it was going to be him. He was going to be the winner So that brings out Chad Gable. Chad Gable was like, nah. He was like, yeet's not even a word. Dude, like, you know what is a word? Miracle. This was the miracle that I was still alive. He's like, I don't even know where they're after me. They should be after you. You're the one that got the fireflies. You took their fireflies. You brought it back. You know, it should be after you. They should be after me. He was like, hey, I already said they can have the fireflies back. I don't want them. I could be the mosquitoes. I could be the cockroaches. I could be anything. What I ain't gonna be is fireflies. They can have that. I told Unc that's all his. Call Uncle Howdy Unc. He's like, I told Unc it's all his. I ain't mad about it. We all good. And then he was like, oh, but you start wanting to talk about family because he was talking about family that Jay abandoned his family. Like, no, 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 no. I didn't abandon my family. I did to my family what your family did to you. They left because they didn't want to deal with a manipulative, uh, horrible dude like you. And then Chad Gable attacked Jay Uso, Jay. They go back and forth a little bit. I don't know why. They was going back and forth, and then I think they super kicked Chad Gable, and then the light go out, pop. Uncle Howdy them showing up. Chad Gable, of course, is so concerned, and so depressed. Jay Uso, he was out of there. He said, "Oh, lights out. I'm out. That's my cue." So obviously, they're not really after Jay, and I'll explain why in just a little bit. But Chad Gable's going throughout the whole arena, and we're out the whole arena. That's where like everybody is. I think Dexter Loomis was there. Maybe Joe Gacy was there. Um, Rowan was there, and I think the last person they saw in the thing before he went to the top was Uncle Howdy. He left through there. Naked Cross again. All the security is just knocked out, uh, and she gives him another tape. And he was like, one of those VHS players that I got." And so yeah, so that was a thing. Throughout the show, they did three video packages for Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Ilya Dragunov about uh, one. Drew's was pretty much about him keep getting screwed, and then he's gonna make it right. Sheamus is all about his banger, and Ilya Dragunov is about the heart. He's like, I got good competition, but I will make good on my promise, and I will take out everybody. So backstage, another big thing. It's this Judgment Day stuff. Well, I guess we'll talk about that a little later because what happened throughout the show. Judgment Day stuff happened throughout the show. Um, there was a triple threat match, final spot for Money in the Bank for the women. It was Ivy Nile, it was Dakota Kai, and it was Zoe Stark. Uh, Dakota Kai was talking on Twitter about she just wanted opportunities, and they mentioned that on commentary. So I think that since they mentioned on commentary, it's going to be a story for her, which will be good, be a nice story for her, and long term the storytelling. That's what Triple H is all about. They're selling it's not given, it's earned. You got to earn it and stuff like that. But like for all of them, it's just them earning stuff. Before the match, a little bit, somebody was talking backstage. Oh, I think it was the Dom and Priest thing. There was Zoe Stark was talking to uh, to uh, uh, my girl. Um, um, oh my girl, she was talking to Sonya Deville. She was talking to Sonya Deville back, like in the back, and then Shayna just grabbed Zoe Stark. So like, we're not doing this. So that's hilarious. That was hilarious. But this match was it was good. This match was good stuff. And the end result was a tad bit surprising. I thought Ivy now was gonna actually win, but nah, it was Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark won, and she pinned she pinned Dakota Kai. She was like, "Oh, you want some of this? You wanna express yourself? You're gonna get pinned." But it wasn't that bad. It was because the Alba Fire Isla Dawn, because Kyrie came out, um and she was giving support, and then Isla and Alba, they attacked her, and then she got a little distracted, and that got they took out Ivy Now. Well, they didn't take out Ivy Now. Dakota took out Ivy Now, but then Zoe Stark, they was doing back and forth, and then Z360, boom, Dakota Kai loses. So that was the match that happened with that. Good stuff. And I think that's going to lead to I think it's going to lead to a tag match between them two. But I think this is what I do like. They're doing stuff with the women's tag team division at least. Because even on SmackDown, as I said, they had the stuff with Candice, Indy, Jade, Bianca, but also they've been having the stuff with I think they're trying to form Tiffany and Nia Jax as a tag team. So whatever happens after SummerSlam, whether Tiffany, well, that's why I think that it could be Tiffany or Naomi could pull it out somehow. Because if they do that, they would be a tag team. Bailey would be Nia Jax. Naomi would be, she'd be Money in the Bank, so they can do interesting stuff with that. Because they know everybody was like, oh, Tiffany, they could bedazzle the Money in the bank briefcase. Like they can, which would be great. They'll sell hot like hotcakes, but also glow in the dark Money in the Bank for Naomi. Also, they sell like hotcakes too. So either way, you want the money. And then Naomi glow in the dark briefcase, money. Bedazzled from Tiffany Stratton, money. So either way, you're gonna get some money. Dun 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 dun. Money, money. Anyways, so that's interesting on there. So back to Raw. So you got some tag teams, going at it with each other. So that's all good stuff. Um. So yeah, so that's what I was saying. Oh, and plus, Kaden and Katana, because they was doing a backstage interview. It was like me losing had nothing to do with Io. She's still gonna win Money in the Bank twice. Uh, I'm tired. She was like, I'm tired of people getting in Judgment Day or in our business and damage control business. No bueno. Got to put an end to it. And then Lyra Valkyria comes up. She's like, you're not as good as you thought you were. When you don't have the upper hand, it's like, oh, you got some nerves coming to us when there's only one of you. And then Kaden and Katana just just jump out and attack damage control. So it's like hate to say it, damage control is probably, well, I don't hate to say it, I love to say it. Damage control probably should actually be tag team champions because they're the heels and everybody else is baby faces and everybody else is the ones that are attacking them. Like the tag team champions went after them, Kaden and Katana went after them. I'm pretty sure there will probably be some beef, unhinged stuff with Bianca and Jade probably still going after them. So probably a heel team would probably need to win. I feel in my bones. At first, I felt like in my bones that it would be Nia and Tiffany to take the titles, but it might be Damage Control again. It might be the Dakota Kai Kyrie Sane version of it. But we'll see what happens. With that was good stuff. Up next, there was a match between Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Karrion Kross has been begging Woods to get on its own and leave Kofi Kingston, join him instead, which is silly. But that's not happening. Xavier Woods did face off against Karrion Kross. Solid match. Xavier Woods did get that win. Rolled up on Karrion Kross, and then they attacked both of them. The AOP, they attacked, jumped them, and then uh, AOP attacked Woods, and then Karrion Kross, I think, maybe broke Kofi's arm or something like that. He said, "Hey, what you gonna do? Do something about it." Kross was like, "Do something. There's more of us than you. I dare you." Kofi, Xavier Woods was not happy, but Xavier Woods did get the win, and he deserves the win, and that's all that matters. That's all that we care about. Um, Next up, we talked about the triple threat match. And I guess, okay, so we'll talk about this because again, everything's kind of all connected. Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn comes out and he pretty much talks about uh, the bloodline, or not blood. He doesn't talk about bloodline. He talks about not being scared to face Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker comes out. He's like, I kind of respect you because you're literally the only person. All I've been asking for was competition, and you seem to be the only person to not be scared of me to actually give me the competition that I asked. So I got, and everybody in here, you're the only one that I got some this much respect for. It's like, but just to let you know, it don't matter about the respect because Money in the Bank, I'm about to be the champion. And he was like, "See, you already lost because you think that you got the upper hand, but you're not thinking like this. You're not thinking like me. I'm the master strategics man. If there's anybody who's the most strategic person in WWE, it's two people, and they're both on Raw. Well, actually, there's three. One's on SmackDown. It's Randy Orton, who I just remembered. He probably is top three. It's Chad Gable, and it's Sami Zayn. They're the three most strategic wrestlers in WWE, probably history. Well, not history, but I mean they're up there. They're the top three. They're the strategic ones. So he proves this. Braun Breaker was about to leave. Boom, spears Sami Zayn. He goes to, and then he's about to do his thing that he normally does. Sami Zayn jumps out the way, full force. That boy landed shoulder right into the steel steps. That was great stuff. And he's about to take him out. Braun Breaker tried to come back in, then another spear. Sami Zayn caught him. Boom, exploded suplex. He's about to hit a haluva kick. Spear! Got him. And he holds up the title. People boo. So that's that match. Woo, baby. That match is gonna be good stuff. That match. Chef's kiss, baby. That match is gonna be chef's kiss. Um and then the other stuff that happened was all Judgment Day stuff and all and Uncle Howdy stuff. So so backstage, Dom is talking to Damian Priest. They're about to go in the clubhouse, and Dom was like, "Hey, talk to Rhea." She's like, "Yeah, talk to Rhea. We're good. Everything's fine." Damian Priest was like, "Oh, really? Because I literally just talked to Rhea, and you're lying." And he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna fix it. I promise." And he was like, "Yeah, you better fix it." So they're about to go to the clubhouse. Liv Morgan's in there, and everybody's playing WWE. And in the background, they're all ganging up. I think they're all ganging up on Braun Strowman in the game, which is hilarious. Um, so that's funny stuff. And then Liv is like, "I'm leaving." So, of course, the two most. This is what I like because like everything happens every week, and like Judgment Day seems to be like the only like them and Kevin Owens is like seem to be like the only most aware people that's in WWE because Kevin Owens for years pointing stuff out was like you just you're not. So last week, um, Damian Priest pretty much said I don't need Judgment Day because I'm the champion. They need me more than I need them. So Ben heard that he was like, hey, first of all, she got us the title. I think she's good people's. You Mister, I don't need. I'm the champion. I don't need you. Hey, guess what? We're champions too now. He was like, oh, okay. We need each other. All right. But like I said, I am the world champion. He's like, but you guys are the tag champions. You're right. That's my bad. You know, we need each other. We're good. He's like, yeah, we're good. But he's like, we're not. He's like, Judgment Day is not the one that changed. The one that's changed is you. Since you got to be when the world champion, the one that changed. And Damien Priest, he was kind of salty, but he did make a good point before. He was like, "I'm the world champion. Yes, I'm the one that does the protecting." He was like, "When Rhea was world champion, She was the one that was she was the leader, or that was because I think they were talking about being leaders. He was like, "Yeah, I'm the world champion. I'm the leader. I got the gold." Rhea was world champion, and he finally admits to everybody like Rhea was world champion. She was the leader. She was the one that had everything going on. Now I'm the world champion. Now I got everything going on. So get it together. It's like, and then he left. So that bled into uh, 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 Seth Rollins coming out and talk about his match. And then that brought out Finn Balor. Finn Balor not happy, not a happy bunny, because he said that everything is changing. He said Judgment Day is changing, Raw is changing. He said Damian Priest, he himself has changed, and he blames Seth Rollins for everything. He was like, "Stop blaming me. You're a failure. You're just mad because he actually is something that you was never able to be, and that's World Heavyweight Champion, which is not fair because Finn Balor did beat even though he was only champion for a day. I mean, he still beat him. But I guess World Champion that he kept trying and he wasn't able to beat him, so that's what he was saying, and that got Finn mad. Uh, so that brought out Damian Priest. He was like, "Hey." Oh, and Seth was like, "Yeah, I knew this is what it was. Oh, y'all try to gang up on your boy." It's like, no, there's no ganging up. I do not need him to gang up on you. Me and you talking straight to straight. It's like, look, I don't need them to beat you. I already mentioned that. I'm going to beat you. It's going to be fair and square. Um, Straight like that. He was like, well, I'm glad I can't wait till Sunday because after that, I'm going to be world champion. Because he was saying that he needs to be world champion. He's like, I want to be world champion. And you are going to be peeled away from the Judgment Day, which is not going to happen yet. So that's going to be good stuff. And then um, Finn Balor attacks Seth Rollins. And he was like, and then Finn Balor's like, come on, join me. Join me, beat him up. And then Damian Priest picks him up. It's like, no, we're not doing that. That's not how it's supposed to be. Said, I don't want to do that. And then Finn Balor takes them both out a little bit, gives the stomp to Finn Balor that made Damian Priest not happy. He does hook slam, south of heaven on on Seth Rollins to end that segment, and then he carries Finn. Or he's like, bro, you alright? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm gonna get you some ice. He's like, we're good, right? He's like, yeah, and kind of walks away, and then feels so elsewhere in the Judgment Day saga, Liv Morgan, she is defending her Women's World Championship against Silver Tongue Zelina Vega, who just keeps dragging on Liv Morgan, which is hilarious. Match was actually pretty solid. Of course, Dominic Mysterio comes out trying to give the claps up for Zelina Vega. It's like, and then Rey Mysterio comes out, crowds cheering, and a lot of back and forth stuff. Um, Towards the end, I think Zelina took out Dom, or something happened like that, or Ray took out Dom. That made Liv not happy, and then Oblivion to Zelina Vega, still Women's World Champion. I was like, thank you, Dom, you saved me, and stuff like that. So, because Dom in the end, he tried to slide the chair for Zelina, use the chair, and the ref was like, use the chair. She gonna get like, nah, forget what the ref was talking about. Use the chair. I love Dom. Dom is hilarious. He like blatant disqualification if you bring and use the chair. But I think it's one of those things where like, you use the chair, she's gonna use the chair, and the ref is gonna be like, no, you can't use the chair. What are you doing? And they do a thing where they slip and that type of thing. It was just funny. It's like, no, use the chair. The ref was like, can't use the chair. It's like, forget the ref. Use the chair. Hit her. That was hilarious stuff. And that led to doing that. And then in the end, so then after that, of course, Rey Mysterio has his match with Dom. Liv Morgan is out there again to support Dominic Mysterio. Another solid match. They go back and forth. Um, then Selena comes out. Ray kicks Dom into to Liv, and they do the spot again from like last week or the week before, where Dom is laying on top of on top of Liv, and she's like, yeah, give me some more of that. And then Ray brings in Dom, and they do a excuse me, do a switcheroo. It gets top rope, and then they do the thing where it slips. She slips off the top rope, and then the huevos of Dom Mysterio. It's no bueno for him, and that causes a 619. Like off the he was hanging off the top rope, and he was hanging on a thing, and 619 them there, and then he did the finish for the win. And Liv was like, "Oh no, I didn't mess up. I'm sorry, Daddy Dom. I'm sorry, Daddy Dom. I'll make it right, Daddy Dom. I'm so sorry, Daddy Dom." She kept saying, "Daddy Dom." Like, Daddy, I'm so sorry. And she was leaving. She was leaving. She's like, what are you doing? Leave me alone. And he was walking away. So, again, good stuff. Great stuff that happened was, again, Uncle Howdy. Um, Uncle Howdy is there. So, uh, pretty much it's literally that Bo Dallas is Uncle Howdy. Bo Dallas is that we already knew Bo Dallas was Uncle Howdy, but it's like this was the origin. Like if you want to know the origins of Uncle Howdy, this is the origins of Uncle Howdy of why he was Uncle Howdy. He said we're the ones everyone wanted to forget about. We made them notice us because Uncle Howdy asked him if he was special. He said he believes he's special. Um, and those people didn't. He was like, there are people who were pushed that deserve to be forgotten, and they pushed them away. Um, the again the VHS stuff was really good. Um, Dallas was mentioned. There's false prophets belittling their families. False prophets. That's why they keep going after Chad Gable, because he keeps claiming to be this god, this guy who knows best for the team. But like he did, like he saw in catering, he tried to manipulate Otis. It's like these Uncle Howdy, the Wyatt people, the sickos, they're going after me, but hey, they can go after the whole team, after everybody. That you might be associated with me, they might go after you next. Like, hey, I'm sorry, I love you, but now we're not doing it. It's like, yeah, I understand, man. You don't care about me no more, or don't love me no more. And he's like, no, I don't. I didn't say that. I loved you still. It's like, help me out. He's like, this is why you're my number one guy. Manipulate him. That's why six are after him, because you're manipulating him. And then Maxine and Tozawa comes like, is everything okay? He was like, everything is fine. Tap him on the back and then so uh that's crazy stuff. That's all good stuff. We like those. That's why I'm saying it could also mean the the bloodline fake prophecy trying to be the actual tribal chief. Um, it could be anything. It could be Dom Mysterio because the way he's been belittling his family for the past couple of years. Uh, that's why I said I don't think it's Jay Uso, because Jay Uso has not been belittling his family. He actually really loves his family, and it took a lot for him to um to leave, to get jumped out of the thing where he tried to win the title and his brother trade him. So that's a whole thing. I think Roman will probably be safe because he's gonna probably try to reconcile um, being with good bloodline and try to make everything right. So I think Roman's gonna be safe, but I don't think so. Just saying. So then we had the main event. It was that triple threat match. It was uh, Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Ilya Dragunov in a banger after banger banger. Yeah, this match was good stuff. Loved everything about this match. Um, it was Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, of course, rekindling the rivalry, and then Ilya was there, and then Drew was like, get out of the way, young fella. Try to push him out of the way, and then Ilya was like, who you think you is? And he just kneed him right in his mouth. That was good stuff. Back and forth, greatness. Sheamus got the upper hand on Ilya for a little bit. They all showed, their strengths. Sheamus being the Wally veteran, doing uh, the battle. I think like during the both of the commercial breaks that they did, Sheamus was standing tall. They was just beating each other up. You know, this is what you expected. What you expected from a Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Ilya match is exactly what you got. Hard hitting, chest is red. Everybody's hitting each other with their finisher. Moscow kicks and the torpedo to Drew McIntyre for really close too. Um, yeah, the crowd again is going crazy, but it sucks that um the holy shit chance, like the crowd is getting bleeped out of the holy shit chance. Not as bad as what happened on SmackDown, but still, Drew McIntyre promised us that he's going to make everything right, going to leave CM Punk in the dirt, and he is going to win Money in the Bank, and he did that by winning this qualifier. Sheamus hits a bro kick on Ilya Dragunov. He's going to go for a cover, but Drew McIntyre pulls out Ilya Dragunov, takes him out. I think he like claymores him out of the stage where the ring announcers be. They go inside. It's just them two, and good stuff happens. Uh, they do kind of counter stuff, and then boom, Sheamus hits a knee to Drew. He's about to get up. He's about to hit the brogue. Boom, Claymore to the face. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre advances, and he gets on the mic. He's like, "I told you, I was gonna win because I'm the GOAT. They ain't got nothing on me. I win. I'm going to Money in the Bank to get the briefcase. I'm going to catch it in that night, and CM Punk is just going to watch me. So that means CM Punk it is going to cost him either Money in the Bank. So this is also the interesting stuff. So for Raw, two people is going to win. It's going to be either Drew McIntyre or Jey Uso. For SmackDown, it's going to be either Naomi or Tiffany Stratton. So it could be. I think if Jey Uso wins, I think Naomi would also probably win because they're connected. If Drew McIntyre wins, I do think Tiffany Stratton will also win, but I don't think Drew McIntyre is going to cash in. That's why I think if Drew McIntyre cashes in, he said he's going to cash in that night. He's going to cash in that night, and CM Punk is going to cost him. He's going to cost him either in Money in the Bank, like actual cost him to win Money in the Bank, and that will lead Jay to win Money in the Bank, or he won't be there at Money, or he won't be in the Money in the Bank match. He will win Money in the Bank but cost his opportunity to win Money in the Bank. So he'll be one of those people that would. So either the story is there for either one. But I think if Jey Uso wins, I think Jey Uso actually cashes in that night and becomes World Heavyweight Champion. They'll probably do a rematch, and then Jey will win that, and then that will lead to Finn and um, Damian Priest at SummerSlam, and they'll do Jey and Gunther at SummerSlam, which Jey I think will still win that because a couple weeks later Jey Uso will probably drop it in main event to Gunther in Berlin, in Germany. And then for SmackDown, I think either way, I think if Naomi wins the Money in the Bank briefcase, there would have to be a story where somebody would have to beat her for the title. Like somebody would have to beat Bailey for the title, and then Naomi cashes in on them. Because I don't think if she does it, I think she'll keep it for a longer time to do the little thing to let it sell, and so whoever else will be champion after that, she can cash in on them, and then she'd be world champion. But Tiffany Stratton, I think if she does win Money in the Bank, I think she'll cash in at SummerSlam. I think she'll have the match with Nia Jax. I think she'll squeak out a victory, and Tiffany Stratton will cash in, and she'll be world champion, world women's or WWE Women's Champion. Uh, but again, if she doesn't win, I think her and Nia Jax has a big, strong possibility to be women's tag team champion. So either Tiffany Stratton wins the WWE Championship and by cashing in, and she still is tag team champion, so she got both belts, she got both straps. So she's like Bailey, those straps, but she's Tiffy, those straps. Tiffy, two belts. Where she had Money in the Bank, she's WWE champion, women's champion, and she's tag team champion. Because more of her, because she's great. So that'll be that. That'll be the summer of Tiffany. She'll probably lose them by next year and stuff like that. So she'll have her good run. And then Naomi, somebody will beat Naomi. I don't think it will be Nia. I don't think Nia will beat Naomi though. I think Bailey would beat her, and then maybe they'll have another match between for somebody else that she didn't like, maybe Blair Davenport. Because I thought that match was going to happen at Money in the Bank. I thought they was going to do Bailey Blair at Money in the Bank. That's what I thought was going to happen, but it doesn't look like it. Maybe this still might happen. There's still um, SmackDown. So we'll see. So far from Money in the Bank, we got both qualifying matches. They got the 6-man tag match with the Bloodline against Cody, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. I think Solo Sikoa is going to pin uh, uh, Cody Rhodes, and that's going to lead to their match at SummerSlam, which Cody Rhodes will win, and then at least Roman's going to come back for that. So that'd be interesting to see. Either Roman comes back. I think SummerSlam is big enough for Roman Reigns to come back, but either he would come back or Jimmy Uso will come back, and then that following SmackDown, um, then Roman Reigns returns. So we'll see what happens with that. They're gonna do. I think those are those the only matches that are announced. The Oh, it's Sammy versus Braun Breaker, which I think Sami Zayn is gonna retain because I don't think he's gonna lose in his home country. Uh, I think that would be the loss that Braun needs, but I think he'll win it at either SummerSlam or Berlin, one of the two. I don't know which one, but he'll win it at one of the two. I think he might. I also feel like there's a thing where they would do where Jey Uso wins Money in the Bank, and then he catches in on Damian Priest, and then going into leading into SummerSlam, like two members of the Bloodline or old Bloodline, both Sammy and Jey Uso, they have their moment after they're both champions. They're both the champions in on Raw. You know, they came from the Bloodline. You know, it was in the shadow of Roman. Now they're both champions. Sammy's a champion. Jey Uso World Heavyweight Champion, even if it's not for long. I think they also kind of might put that little thing in there. So that would be an interesting thing. And I think as a world champion, they would kind of cross paths a little bit, where also Solo, like Jey Uso would win, like he would have his match with Gunther, and then he's doing an interview somewhere backstage, and then soon as he does his interview, that then Solo appears. It's like, world champion. I'm about to be world champion because I beat Cody Rhodes. So I'm about to be world champion. They kind of just make that thing. I think there's a lot of stuff that you can see visually and storyline wise with stuff. I think there's things that Triple H still wants to hit. I think that could be one of them as Jey Uso's World Heavyweight Champion, and then his brothers there kind of just looking at him as World Heavyweight Champion, and it's kind of and then they leave, and then that happens. Maybe Jimmy Uso comes, and it was like, oh, it's all Jay's fault. And they do some stuff like that, and then that's when they lead to the bloodline stuff. So that will be interesting stuff to see what happens with that. But yeah, that's the show. Um, I liked it. What did you guys think of the show? Let me know. I give the show about a good. I give SmackDown like a B. I think the beginning and end A+ stuff. Um, Everything else on the show was good. I think Raw was really good. The triple threat match, the Uncle Howdy stuff, all the segments that was leading into it, the stuff they're doing with Judgment Day was great stuff. The stuff with that were leading them with Seth Rollins and the Liv Morgan stuff, excuse me, and the whole Uncle Howdy stuff with both Dallas and what with him being Uncle Howdy, the tapes and stuff like that. Um, the triple threat match was stuff was good. They're building their women's division, their women's tag team division, stuff like that. So I think that's all good stuff throughout the show. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.